first impression when I walked in was actually that I was looking at stills from someone shooting a film in New York.
My first impression was it was in exactly the right place, because these are the new old masters, and they bring old masters to life.
Initially I was quite overwhelmed by the size of the prints, the size of the images really.
As soon as I walked in, I felt kind of a bit of a godly feeling around. Like, it was beautiful, surreal artwork on the walls, and this colour, the people are lovely.
It was kind of like falling down the rabbit hole really, a bit like Alice in Wonderland. You fell into Lachapelle's brain. It's insatiable, it's gluttonous. I love it.
It's very, very visual. You have to see it to feel it.
The color, always the color that stands out, the size of the prints. I've been going to his shows in New York for forever, so they're always incredibly striking. I think it's interesting that he's now pulled a whole collection together that's all about Jesus.
Okay. Any other picture?
I love the fact that he can actually take Jesus and make him into a homeboy, because it takes away the religious spoof of what religion is and what Jesus is, or religion in general, and it's kind of connected back to the people, the youth, and it makes it communicatable.
Technically they're quite complicated, a lot of them, but what I think is really great is the concept. Is a really fantastic concept, and it works. It's for me personally probably the biggest picture and the best picture might well be the Last Supper.
It's got that kind of magazine ethos to it. It's kind of got that sort of fashion post-ID kind of vibe going on. It's about objectification of the body, but it's also about physicality and that kind of men being together and that whole kind of body language you get when men together have been hanging together quite a long time. You can see that in the kind of classical depictions of Jesus and the disciples. And what's interesting is that that's not actually that far in terms of their movements and where they're standing and the stances, and yet they look absolutely conventional gangster, Brooklyn, London, street gang body language.
First impression was the colours were really, really striking, and that's why the Kanye West one is my favourite, because the red, and the yellow, and the amber, like the fire, the passion, do you know what I mean? The glow is great.
I'm worshipping Courtney Love, that's all I can say. And I like the little angel boy who looks like Satan in the right corner of that painting.
I think the one with the two policemen, and I guess it's in New York.
Right, this picture's definitely mine out of all of these pictures. It just sparked a conversation, starting, is Jesus genius? And the conversation ended with, yeah, we're all Jesus, therefore we're all genius, but I don't really like that genius thing because it's like unattainable. And that, to me, just kind of really personifies how we're all Jesus. For some reason, I can relate to that, to the Mary Magdalene thing of it. I can relate to that.
It's my personal favorite on the whole picture is the little cocoa butter oil here.
Apparently it's something to do with washing the main man's feet with tears. Well, I believe that the tear on this particular image could well be cum. I think it's something to do with the tear of life.
I thought it was tears, and I was very nicely enlightened to the fact that it's not. It's semen. Is it Jesus' semen? Is she a hooker? You know, then you can go into the whole Mary Magdalene thing. Is Jesus? Has he always been celibate? Is he only just the Son of God? And I think it's good points to kind of bring up the eggs on the counter again, a little sign of life. I don't know. It just makes you think, I guess, which is the whole point of this.
When we first came in, we thought it was a really beautiful location, and it really suits these pictures well. I'm deeply Catholic myself, so it's wonderful to see these kind of interpretations of biblical parables.
Having seen them before in a modern, or in a white room, seeing them in this context makes me feel that maybe the churches of the future, or the iconography of the future will be about stuff like this.
This kind of work they show normally old masters, and I thought this is the perfect place. So this is like collaboration with the old master dealers, and I think they never had as many people in the gallery, and especially a lot of young people, a lot of really fun people.
The whole impression of this event is just amazing. Just like David, it's kind of controversial. The mix of people here reflects his style. You've got all the colors, you've got all the people. Seriously, various types of personalities in such a small place. Absolutely cozy and colorful.
I suppose upon looking around, I sort of feel like the crowd here is some extension of what we're seeing on the walls.
I can have this art in my house. I don't find it religiously offensive. I find it to be very artistic, and that's an amazing skill, to take something that's controversial like religion and make it art.
These are the new old masters, and they bring old masters to life in a new way. I mean, they're timeless, and I think it's all very timely.
You can read so much into it, and I think everybody has to make their own view of what they see in the picture, but it's passion, it's love, it's loyalty, and it's mixed with every race and with every culture of this world today, and I think that's what he embraces, and I think that is the message that he wants to get across.
Well, reverence. No, it's beautiful. I mean, it's very powerful pictures, very powerful images, and I'm still absorbing it. I was going very fast and do a quick run round and then try and absorb it afterwards. So.
Everybody just seemed very, I don't know, sort of weird times that we're in. It just seemed like really everyone got something out of it. It seemed to me, it was a really positive, feeling. It was wonderful. It was a very, very beautiful crowd, of mixture of young and old, and just a really nice mix. And you feel like students and business people. I loved it.
It's cool like church on a Sunday morning, yeah, man. I believe so that it's me alone what rules me, and in my wisdom choose to let my elders school me to gain protection from the demons that consume me, and they often try. That's why the people on the bottom are so often high, and we often lie, trying to fool ourselves. I believe if schools fail, then we should school ourselves, and if we're broke, pool our wells. And I believe that we young black males need to raise our seeds. I talk about women and weed, I love it, believe. Like I believe man is burning for their vanity and greed, and I'm safe in the knowledge that I'm here by the grace. But smoke an eighth when this ill life is testing my faith. But I believe in something. Why not believe in me? You got to believe in something. Why not believe in me? I believe that it's the ones who love that kill ya. Like I believe the ones who love you help to build ya. And when you're wounded in the world, they try to heal ya. And when you can't explain your pain the way they feel ya. So if anybody asks, say I told ya. Strive to never let the ones you love control ya. But no, the ones who really love you help to mold ya, and they hold you down. When you're speeding out of control, they slow you down. And yo, you're yet to see the best of peace. If you believe apathy's a disease, then that's agreed. Yo, mankind I try to possess the breed. If he can sell and make it harder to breathe, I believe, yo, in how I think and how I grow. How I feel, so I let that show. I'm a man trying to get that dough. You don't know, when church comes Sunday, I probably won't go. And I believe in something.